Brianna, what are we about to go do?
Go in the elevator?
Yeah. Are you really tired?
Yeah. You wanna have a baby?
Not right now. Welcome. I know this is something I've done similarly in the past with the grocery haul, but in terms of the Fittest experience, I'll kind of go into depth what all I'm fueling my body with, what I look for at the grocery store, how I make meals throughout the week. I'm going to be making dinner right now. It's 10:18 p.m. So I'm going to cook some pork sausage, and as I'm doing that, I'll kind of unpack the grocery haul and kind of talk about what I'm eating, when I'm eating it, how I'm preparing, and how it all kind of fits into the grand scheme of things, again, for the Fittest experience. So something different, not in the gym, not training necessarily, but something that I think is very important, as a lot of people, I think, brush off or put off or do not prioritize, I guess is what I'm trying to say, their nutrition. What I'm looking for now is, I don't even think I'm looking in the right bag. There's the meat. Nope, that's not it. It's got to be here somewhere. Nope. It's definitely in this bag, and it did happen last time. I couldn't find the meat. Here it is. Damn gooch. That should be fine. All right. Now I need a pan. I do like cooking on this pan butter. Gives it a much more crunch and texture. So this is 1 pound of hot Italian pork sausage. So right now this is 4 ounces, is 29 grams of fat, 3 grams of carbs, 16 grams of protein. I'm going to eat this whole thing. Now, granted, I'm not going to be eating it with all the fat inside of it. That is literally if you drank the drippings that come off of this thing. But I will be getting the full load of protein. So that is going to be 60 some odd grams there. Probably somewhere around 50 to 60. It's probably not going to be the full 64 that it's calling for, but it's going to be a lot of protein. I had a long training session today that involved 2 Metcons and 2 strength pieces and a little bit of banded accessories. So definitely need to refuel. I was starving the second the workout was over. What we're going to do here is that we have our wonderful Kerrygold butter that's been sitting out, so it's nice and soft, easy to just kind of get a little dollop there or throw right into the pan. So just a little bit of butter, just kind of grease it up in there. Let that melt, and then we'll put our pound of pork in there. And we are going to be pairing this with the lovely Dave's bread, wherever that is. So just put that brick down there. But just literally 2 pieces of Dave's bread. Not even going to toast it, not putting anything on it, but that's going to help kind of soak up some of the fat. It's just easy. Like, again, it's 10:21 right now, and I'm not trying to cook a whole meal, so I'm just going to keep it really simple and just literally a brick of meat. I'm going to cut this up into like 8 pieces, I think, because I have tried to cook this thing as one big old brick, and that has not worked in the past. We're going to crank up the stove here to like an 8 out of 10 intensity, RPE 8, and we're going to go through. We're going to cook this. So cut it into 4 links, and then I will cut each of those in half to make 8 total pieces. I may actually just try, I'll keep it as 8 pieces. It's probably the easiest way. Yeah. Alright. Jeez. Is this even one? Yeah, it's hot. Sometimes I don't know. The pan can kind of get disconnected, or the burner kind of gets disconnected from the electric. So, right into it. Where do we want to start? Yeah, move this out of the way. Brandon, did you see the oh, you weren't even home yet, were you? I have a note. Pre-workout. So that's for you tomorrow.
Did you really have for me for today?
I did. I thought you were coming home first, but clearly you didn't. You came right from work to the gym. So, it's whatevs. But we are replacing the last little bit here of Thai Hum Mali Jasmine rice. We have a fresh new big bag here. 25 pounds. If I could buy a bigger bag, I would, but since we're in an apartment, I don't really have the storage or space for it. But 25 pounds for about $25-ish. It's $1 a pound. That lasts for, what would you say, 3 months at a time? No, not even. Sorry, it's less than that. Because we get, how many cups is this? Servings per container is 227 servings. Let's round it to 228. It's a fourth of a cup. So 228 divided by 4, 56. So there's 56 cups in there. We do about 6 cups a week. So it's 10 weeks of rice, 2.5 months. Math, Asians. Okay, so it's about 2 months roughly of rice. So that lasts us for a good bit. Very cost effective, very easy budgetary wise to do a pound of rice, or $1 a pound of rice. Very, very simple and cheap. So here's my wonderful, lovely, handy dandy cooler I take every day to work. It stores meal 1 and meal 2. And what is made up of meal number 1 is simply 85% lean, 15% fat beef. So we go 2, 4, 6, 8 pounds. I have 6 right there, and then I have the other 2 pounds in this bag over here. So we go through about 8 pounds of beef a week. We eat most of the time all of it. Sometimes we do eat a little bit more chicken and a little bit less beef. So we may have a little bit left over. For the most part, we pretty much go through a solid 7 to 8 pounds of beef. You're fine. Babe, it's all good. 7 to 8 pounds of beef in a given week. You take that? Appreciate that. Thank you, baby. And so with the beef, I don't try to drain out all the fat. Right now I am trying to get as many calories as possible. So I will drain off some, but not everything. I just don't want it to be like, and the main reason honestly is with these Tupperware containers, if there's too much fat, the beef will actually stick to it. So it's much harder to get out of the container, and it's also a pain in the butt to clean. So it's a double whammy right there that we're trying to eliminate. So this is the 8 pounds of beef that we have here, and then I have a pound of that pork, and that's what we kind of buy from Sprouts. Got him. All right, let's load you in here. Brandon, are you good if I get rid of the rest of this milk? Cool, pour this out. Don't need that. Oh, nasty. All right, so in terms of getting in more calories, because that's the name of the game. If I don't have fuel to perform, you're not going to perform well. We got some large avocados. Now, at work, I will eat an entire avocado with the beef, with the beef and the rice. And so right now, I do weigh out my food, and it's just to give me a gauge to make sure I'm getting in enough calories, and just see like, okay, do I need more, do I need less? And it's not an exact precise measurement, but it is about 8 ounces of beef and 8.5 ounces of rice, give or take probably a tenth either way. I don't try to be super like to the T about it, but I'm within a given range where I try to be about as accurate as I can be. My wife, I got her some green apples, a little bit of carbs here for tomorrow's probably pre-workout. One of the things that I do enjoy throughout the week is for breakfast, I will do 3 to 4 eggs with everything bagel seasoning, salt, pepper, and lovely Jimmy Dean's sausage. I cannot speak. Sausage. Just regular, nothing crazy. We'll slice these up into thin patties. We will cook them on a Sunday, enjoy them for Sunday brunch, and then I will eat them the rest of the week. About 2 thin patties each day for breakfast at work with the eggs. And then I also have like a bowl of oatmeal with some honey and a few cracks of salt. And that's typically a pretty standard breakfast. Again, it's going to be the Jimmy Dean, regular sausage, 2 thin patties there, 2.5, probably 3.5, sometimes 4 eggs, a bowl of oatmeal, probably about a third of a cup, and then honey and salt with water. I got to turn this down. It's a little hot. All right, what do we want to dive into next? I'm going to declutter a couple things, get these unloaded, and then we will go through several additional items here. We have our reusable bags, because in the city, I guess they're getting rid of paper and plastic because it's cheaper, and they're getting rid of cash. Everything is now just like a virtual payment, which is a little scary. All right, So, the name of the game is calories and to be fueled. And one of the ways that is easier if you're trying to gain weight or maintain weight or have enough calories to perform and you're in a very tight window crunch time-wise, you gotta drink your calories. Again, this is probably not the most amazing nutrient dense, but it is quick calories. 8 ounces is gonna give me 140 calories. Looking at 27 grams of sugar, 33 grams of carbs. Again, in terms of fitness and sport, you have to eat, you have to fuel. It's not always going to be, I would say, the cleanest of calories. This is definitely better than me, eating candy, but it's probably not too far off, to be honest. But quick calories, easy. It's something I will supplement either in the mornings before I work out or at night when I'm eating dinner. It's just an extra, 140, 200, 300 calories that I can get in. It's pretty easy on the stomach, tastes good. So that's why I go with the naked juice. On top of that, we have 1 gallon of whole milk. And I will be honest, we don't drink the whole gallon in a week. As you just saw, I poured out the other one. But it's good to have on hand for protein shakes. You can add it to your oatmeal and that sort of thing. So it's just, again, whole milk, the extra fat, the extra calories that are needed, a little bit more nutrient dense is what we're looking for there. Next, well, that's not very exciting. We have Ziploc sandwich bags. Ziploc sandwich bags, nothing exciting there. I'll put those away after I'm done recording. So I do need more vegetables. I'm lacking in the vegetable consuming department. So we have Brussels sprouts. What we're gonna do with these is we're gonna put these on a sheet with some bacon, salt, pepper, and a little bit of olive oil. So we're gonna fry these up, probably cut them in half. The bigger ones are probably gonna cut into fourths, and I'll add this in for either dinner or in some of my lunches. Yes, sir. All right, now we're getting to the tail end of this. Again, calories is the name of the game. What you do not see here is the chicken, because we have the other chicken parts, chicken breasts frozen. We buy them at a clip of 6 pounds of chicken, 7 pounds of chicken per buy. So there's about 2.2, 2.3 pounds in each, and we only go through about 4 pounds a week. So this is the 4 pounds I'm going to let thaw, and so we have for next week, meaning this Sunday when we cook. So every time we buy the 6, whatever 2 pounds is remaining, we'll put in the freezer, and after 2 weeks, you just use the 2 that are frozen, and you kind of just let them thaw out and use them then. All right, coming to the tail end of this, we have more avocados. I like to buy 6 or 7 at a time, and then when they start getting ripe, throw them in the fridge. For my wife, extra calories, quick snack, fuel for fires. I'm going to put these actually in the fridge for her so she has these for tomorrow's Super Saturday session. Yeah, again, name of the game, you got to have fuel. Pure organic. These fruit bars are absolutely delicious. They're about 50 cents a bar. They come with pineapple, passion fruit, strawberry, banana, 60 calories, 15 grams of carbohydrates per bar. 28 in one box, and they're about, I think, $13. So you're looking about, again, 50 cents per bar. I'm going to leave these over here because I am going to restock my gym bag and just literally throw the entire carton into the bottom of my 511 tactical bag. What do we got next? Apples. Delicious red apples. I eat 2 of these every day with my lunch number 2 at work. I will wash them off with baking soda and vinegar so I don't have all of the pesticides and all that crazy madness being consumed into my body. With the roast, let me go grab it. Yes. So we have over here this beautiful beef chuck underblade. We got about 4 pounds here. This will cook down to probably 2.5, maybe 3-ish pounds. I haven't actually weighed it, but this will be one of the meals that we eat over the weekend, and then we can pick from throughout the week. So we have the ground beef, we have the pot roast itself, and then chicken as our main three that we go through. Sometimes we'll throw in some fish or some chicken wings, but mainly it's those 3 items that we're eating week in and week out to make sure we're getting a sufficient amount of protein. So I will throw them in the crock pot tonight. We will add some seasoning, and then we will enjoy that throughout, again, the remainder of the next week. That pork sausage is nearly done. It's got a nice crispy edge and browning going on here. but I do know from past that I've taken it way too soon off of the burner, and it's still a little raw on the inside, so we're still going to let this thing cook, but we are going to crank that heat down just a little bit more. With the roast, we're going to throw in some nice little potatoes. We have red potatoes here. It's just easier than cutting up, just being a little lazy and being efficient. You just rinse them off, throw them in the crock pot, mix that in, and now you have a nice meat-carb mixture there. My wife, name of the game, calories, Fuego Siete chips. These are delicious. These are nice snacks. Bananas, potassium, carbs, easy, quick, cheap. And then finally, one of the things that I'm new to consuming, but as I'm ramping up for the Fittest experience, I will need to have items that I can pull from a grocery store and eat. And I need to be familiar with the items that I'm eating. So like those fruit bars, easy to pack. They're probably at other local grocery stores that we can find in the area. And then these are very popular honey stingers. This is like their little bite-sized mini wafers. It's more cost-effective than buying just the single cookie sheets themselves, where they come in like the bigger packages if you look at the cost per ounce and per calorie. So 3 of these little waffles is a quick, 18 carbohydrates, so each one is 6. Something I just need to become more familiar with and eat more and more of. Again, quick carbs. It's a different texture. It's a different feel. The Fittest experience is a multi-day event. So there might be some days where I want more fruit bars or more whole foods, and other days where like I'm literally just living off honey stingers and protein shakes. So getting familiar with the products that you're eating and having a digestive system that is accustomed to the things you're putting into it is going to be very, very important when it comes to competing. So when I have my training camp in a couple weeks or 3 weeks from now, I will be eating those products now, seeing how I react and feel and how it helps my body perform at the level that it needs to. So I'm about to finish up this. I'm going to start getting stuff on the crock pot, ready to rock and roll. And then it is time for a little bit of mobility. I'm going to shower probably before that. And that's it. Pretty simple, pretty cut and dry, nothing crazy. I don't drink, I don't eat candy, I don't eat sweets. I do enjoy really, really good food at restaurants. My wife and I have our anniversary tomorrow, but we are fully locked in for the Fittest experience. And as you can see, this is kind of our regular grocery haul. Nothing super crazy, just lots of protein for the muscle building, lots of carbohydrates and fats for energy. So keeping it simple. Thank you guys for tuning in for this episode. As always, peace, much love.